This video is in support of Matt's Game Exchange, where you can get 20% off video games and accessories. Matt's Game Exchange is home of many retro and or new video game consoles along with games. Matt's Game Exchange is located on 2924 Westgate City Boulevard, Greensboro, North Carolina, zip code 27403. Check them out, tell them that you stopped by and saw this ad when you can. This is a place where you can buy, sell, trade, and repair all of your video game console needs. Other yellow hat guy here, back with another video. So let's talk Nintendo 64. Nintendo 64 is one of my favorite systems. I mean, sitting right here, I've got Smash Bros. Still in my 64, not gonna take it out. But it was a very awesome system in the regards that it had 4 controller ports right there for you on the front, letting you know, hey, when Mario Kart 64 drops, it's on. Smash Bros. First came out, nobody knew what it was gonna be. Awesome. GoldenEye, awesome. So you're relegated to playing that on your old tube CRT TV. But what if I told you you could finally play this in HD with HDMI? Now I know what you're thinking, but emulators, yes, we all know about playing emulators and PC and what have you. But the problem with a lot of these emulators is they don't get the dynamic resolution and what have you accurate for all Nintendo 64 games. So what does that mean? That means that for certain games that have requirements of a lot of memory and just RAM, what have you, they might stutter. They might be a little janky. One of the things about Nintendo 64 is some of the games didn't age well graphically. A lot of square and pointiness. I mean, features that would make the PS1 Lara Croft, she'd blush saying, hey, only part of me look like that. A lot of U64 games just looks like origami. But bad jokes aside, this company Eon, they created what's called a Super 64, or like a Super Eon, or maybe it is Super 64. You see the picture. So what does that do? That essentially allows you to play your Nintendo 64 in HD. Or does it? So its resolution is about 480, so that's above the 360p that you would get, I imagine, with just standard composite cables. So it doesn't upscale at all. Now it has what it calls the classic mode or what have you, like the regular standard mode, and then it has another mode where it's like a slick mode. That's what they're calling it, slick. It smooths out the edges to as best as it can to make things look pretty. Now the 64 supposedly does this already. Other YouTubers, other news channels have pointed this out. And here's an image here, or maybe it'll cover me up, that shows some graphical comparisons with these 2 different modes that they are showing off. Now here's the caveat. I talked to my local gaming store, shout out Matt's Game Exchange, and they're like, it's got a $150 price tag. So then you ask yourself, who is this for? Because the Nintendo 64 you can kind of get somewhere at a thrift store, the garage sales, they've got them. So you're going to pay 3 times, 4 times the price for that just to be able to play it in HD? I don't know. I'm on the fence. Maybe the price drops. Who really knows? But I digress. If you want to stream, now is your chance to, if you're one of these purists that don't do emulators, this is your opportunity. This might be for you if that's what you're looking for. On the other hand, there are these retro systems. Let's take the Retron 5, for example. It looks like it can play almost everything with the cartridge up until GameCube. what's right before a GameCube? You see where I'm going with this? So that's the next system. I'm not sure if it's Hyperkin. It might be. Here's a prototype here. Looks like it's pretty slick and futuristic and what have you. I'm excited for that. If that only plays Nintendo 64 games, and that's what it looks like it only plays, I can't imagine that costing more than just this HDMI connection. Now maybe they do the exact same thing. It's emulation and they don't scale it up at all. It doesn't upscale. I'm not really sure what to think. But what I do know is I'm happy with my 64. There's not too many games I care to see in HD. I mean, I would love to play, don't get me wrong, I'd love to play Mario 64 and HD if I can. I just don't think that for the handful of other games that this would benefit, it's not worth the entry fee. At least not right now. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Support your local stores. Check out Matt's Game Exchange when you can. If you've got one in your area, stop by and say hi. Let them know. Other Yellow Hat Guy got you to check them out. And let's see where things go. Hyperkin has been pretty mum on what they're doing. This Eon thing, it could be coming out in the next couple months. I'm not exactly sure about that too. I don't know if they're taking a loss on that or if they're going to make a little bit extra off of it. I would like to think a whole lot more. They also have a GameCube one that's already out. So they went ahead of 64 and went straight to GameCube because, you know, those are discs and maybe they could, you know, emulate that a lot better than 64. If you're in the emulation scene, you'll know that 64 is one of the harder systems to emulate. Right up there with Sega Saturn and right behind Dreamcast. Those have been funny to get a lot of the games working the way they need to. So that said, I've rambled on enough. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.